Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Now right, a whole heap of you have already been asking for a guide for finale of Summer of Pain. And again, as I was trying to figure out the best way how I can help out as many people, I realized that a lot of the champion assignments are interchangeable, and the most tricky thing here is your own individual roster availability. So let me break down everything that you see in front of you, how it is going to help you, what you can do to help yourself even more, and then I'm going to show an example of how it looked for me, because at the bottom there you guys can't see, but in the next tab I leave basically a showcase of exactly what I did and what each of the notes mean. First of all, basically here I have posted the most viable champions. Now I might be missing some, therefore you can feel free to add whichever champion you want. In fact, that is the entire purpose of this top sheet here. What I want you to do is delete all the champions that you do not have ranked, or cannot rank, or just don't have. Like you see in my case, I deleted several of them. For instance, I deleted, I believe that's a Strife, I deleted out Hitmonkey, I deleted out Spider-Gwen, I deleted out something else. I deleted out all the champions that I do not have at the very least as rank 5, 5 stars, or rank 2, 6 stars, and then I left the rest. So that already will mean that this entire thing looks different for you. If you want, you can add the rest of the champions that you do have ranked up, in order to help you make the best choices. Basically, what I want you to do is write this up as per your account. Simple as that. Just go through your roster. Don't have Aegon, delete. Don't have Moleman, delete. Don't have Hitmonkey, delete, so on and so forth. Leave the champions that you do have. Because then we can start matching them up with the paths, right? I have left notes for every single fight. For instance, Darkhawk, relatively easy fight, can be done by most champions that do not rely on bleed or poison or heavy special spamming. If you need more help with Darkhawk, I have left a link to my full guide for when it came out. You can see here, Darkhawk guide, Summer Pain Week 4, full guide there. Just tap on it. Left every single fight guide and, most importantly, Grandmaster guide. Cannot stress it enough how important it is to refresh your, memory on how to find Grandmaster. Right, so every single fight has these notes. Access to poison is practically a must. I-Bomb, Diablo, AA, Claire, APOC, ideally. This, in fact, is like the path you kind of want to make a decision on first, because the rest of the paths, in reality, are extremely interchangeable and can be done pretty much by vast majority of the champions based on whoever you have. This is so-called easy lane. That has also been one of the more popular questions. Venom, Hydra, Adaptoid, straight to Grandmaster. The easiest lane in here, and most accessible. You can do this lane with literally any champion in your roster. You can also do Ronin cheese, in which case you will have to use Ronin against Grandmaster, but it is definitely doable. Especially now that he's not bugged. Please do not watch that horror fest on my live stream. And actually all of the live streams I was quite a bit under the weather, so anyways, that was not the greatest example of the fighting them. Either way, as I say, this line can be done with anyone. And then we have obviously still notes with Mr. Sinister because of EMP modification. No buff heavy champions unless shock immune. Ideally heal block or some heal mitigation abilities. We're going to edit immunity a lot. There we go. Hydra Adaptoid, again, almost any champion in game works, especially if you have willpower, get 2 bars of power, heal from power lock, bait, block heavy attacks, and punish with 4-hit combos. There's way more information available here in the Hydra Adaptoid individual guide. Now, how the rest of this works. And again, I recommend this as an easy path, or alternatively, one of these two. basically this side is the easy one, this side is the harder one to be put on short. And then when you have split down whatever champions you want, what I want you to do, for instance, Corvus is a viable option here. Against Darkhawk, you can get 2 missions, third mission against Rogue, Corvus can function quite well for that lane. So you can put on a Cosmic Champion there. Then you know that you don't need any more Cosmic Champions if you want to do all the Thronebreaker objectives. Here we can see Mysterio is quite limiting fight. It's the fight that basically decides. You have to decide which one you're going to do. Also keep note that this is the hardest link for the Grandmaster when you do this fight, because you're not going to be going over 8 competence. That means the fight is going to be extremely long. I personally ended up bringing Diablo for this lane, but you can also use, let's say, many people probably will end up using Immortal Abomination here. Sure, why not? Then we have Hydra Adaptoid and Mr. Sinister. And I'm going to go with the Mutant Champion there, and I'm going to pick Apocalypse. Apocalypse can do both of these quite easily. That's what I did. I didn't do too well against Hydra Adaptoid, but you can literally solo him with Apocalypse. I was just being extremely clunky. Here, we can leave whatever is left over, because again, you can literally use any champion. And we have Symbiote Supreme and Ghost. And we have to pick in between Skill class, Mystic class, and Tech class. Right, so Symbiote Supreme and Ghost, what would be the best options here? I might not have left myself some of the best options, but that's fine, because we can bring in Tigra. I believe Tigra can punch at these, no problem. Now I need to deal with Emma Frost and Ghost, and I need to pick in between Tech and Skill class. And, well, to be honest, both of those classes can deal with this, but if I want to leave myself a skill for that, I'm going to give Ultron. Ultron works for both of these. Why not? Not a problem. Hydra Adaptoid and Venom. And in that case, you can bring in Mallman. Mallman can do it, or Kingpin. Let's say Kingpin. Kingpin can definitely do it. Quite easy. There we go. Sorted. That's your 6 class, 6 objectives. This is what I want you to do with your own cards. Right? I'll showcase again what I did myself. Again, just delete off any champion that's listed here that you do not have ranked. Add in any champion you feel might be viable or important that I have missed out. I basically just took top of the tier list that I have seen people use. And this was my plan. I used iHawk against Emma Frost and Ghost. Didn't go as well as it should have, but I played quite rubbish. But it can work. You can definitely get this path done itemless even. I used Kingpin against Symbiote Supreme. Again, was a fairly easy fight. I think I used like 1 revive on Symbiote Supreme, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if people do it itemless there and get to the Grandmaster. This was Ronan. Ronan cheeses is the best. This is the easiest way how to get the Grandmaster extremely, extremely quickly. If you're a cap player, then my suggestion is rank 5 your Ronan and go through here. But you can literally use any champion though, so maybe don't rank 5 Ronan. I used Apocalypse here. I used Diablo for Mysterio and Rogue. Rogue took some revives with Diablo, but there's very little chance. I did like Diablo, however, for this path because of this 8 competence max. And Diablo heals like crazy. And since the Grandmaster fight was guaranteed to be much longer than normal, that healing came in really clutch. Then I used Ghost against Darkhawk that was solo. Rogue was like 1 or 2 revives. So that was my plan. Again, that's what I did. I'm not saying that's what you should do. What you should do is you should optimize this for your own account. So you have all the champions, classes, everything laid out in front of your eyes. And then you can start filling this bit in. The only kind of like really restrictive fights here will be the Mysterio, where you do want to have access to poison. But luckily you have Immortal Abomination, that's of Science class. You have Diablo of Mystic class and Claire of Mystic class. You have Archangel and Apoc of Mutant class. And I'm sure if you look really closely, you probably could find something else as well. But you can do it with like 3 different classes, minimum. And then Symbiote Supreme, obviously you want to avoid heavy buffs. This lane can be done with anyone. This lane can be done with anyone. This lane can be done with almost anyone. It's just a matter of question what champions you have and what champions you are comfortable with. Also, keep in mind, if you want to get the objectives done, and if you're not too fast with exploration, then you can do this one easy path 6 times. Because this can be done with literally any champion, right? You can just bring in, you can, if you want, do this lane with Ronan for Cosmic. Sorry. Then you can bring in, I don't know, Dragon Man or Mystic. Then you want to bring in Howard the Duck. Sure, why not? Should work well enough if you have one ranked up. Then you can bring in iHulk. Sure, why not, I suppose. I've seen solos. Then you can bring in Apocalypse. Will work as well. And then just bring in, I don't know, Shang-Chi. You can literally do all 6 objectives on this easy path if you do not plan to explore or think you might struggle with some of these fights incredibly hard. In my experience, the real struggle is likely going to be Grandmaster. So you are definitely more than encouraged. Check out the full Grandmaster guide. I break down the fight detail by detail. Quite helpful. A lot of people have said to me that that definitely helped them to explore it. And yeah, check out the fight notes. Edit this to your own account. I'm actually going to put a neat looking border around it. We're going to add it here. Edit. Okay. Nice. There you go. Gonna add a decent color to it. Go with light blue. Bold, sure. Well, in the middle. Perfect. Edit this area based on your account. Delete the names that you don't have. Write up the names that you feel might be useful. And then start just dropping them. You can copy or you can cut and paste, or you can just drop in here. And then it also is gonna drop the color so you can see which classes you have used, which ones you haven't. Very easy. Main thing is to keep a track of whatever you have done so you don't get confused and don't end up doing more than you should. And the most important thing is not to get stuck with this lane as one of your last or without a plan. Mysterio and Rogue lane is kind of like the key there. You do not want to be left with, I don't know, a tech class objective here. If you are, and if this guide is too late, then what you want to do is you want to get that tech objective on this lane probably, or any of the other lanes, and then just do this one the 7th time. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing this in 7 goes. Let me know if you have any more questions. Hopefully you do find this guide helpful. And yeah, as always, start editing this. Tap on File, tap on Make a Copy. Then you can start doing with it whatever you want. That is it for now, and I'll see you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information